Good day, students. I am Sir Mac Jibiok, and welcome back to Practical Research 1. Remember that research is a careful and systematic process of investigating a topic or problem to discover new information, confirm facts, or develop new understanding. It involves collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data to answer questions or solve problems. So in our previous lesson, you have learned the different processes of research that starts with finding a specific question or issue to study, looking at previous studies to see what's already known, making a testable guess about the results, planning how to carry out the study, gathering information through surveys, experiments, or interviews, examining the information to find patterns or relationships, and of course, explaining what the results mean and sharing the conclusion. Now, these are the different processes that we have to follow, that you have to follow when you are going to do your research for this subject. For this activity, you are going to be dealing with a crossword puzzle. Inside the crossword puzzle are hidden words. Here are 10 clues, statement, and equation clues for you to solve. How many letters does that word has? So for example, we have clue number 1, adhering to the facts, with the equation 3 times 3 minus 3 plus 1 equals 7. It means that you have 7 letters to look for in that single word adhering to the facts. Now, you have the word honesty. Then after that, you write a short single sentence description out of it. You can pause the video to test yourself in finding out these words. Do not Google, just challenge yourself. Pause this video and get that scratch paper. Welcome back, and now let's see if you got the correct words. So we have honesty, objectivity, integrity, care, openness, respect, confidentiality, responsibility, competence, and legality. Now what could these words be? Are these familiar to you? Have you read them before? You probably have. Now think carefully. What do all of these words have in common? Well, these words we found are all values or rules that guide how we behave. Very good if you found all of these words, and it's fine if you did not, as we will be dealing with them still later. Just keep your notes, especially your descriptions for each word, with you. Now, we are gonna learn about the rules of doing it right. Hence, our topic for today is the ethics of research. So are you ready? Have you ever wondered what makes a choice right or wrong? Why do some actions feel fair while others seem unfair? What guides people to do the right thing even when no one is watching? This is where ethics comes in. So, what is ethics? So, ethics comes from the Greek word ethos, which originally meant character or custom. Over time, it came to mean the study of human character and behavior, especially regarding what is morally right. Ethics is the study of what is right and wrong, or the principles that guide human behavior to decide what is morally good or bad. It helps people make decisions that are fair, honest, and respectful to others. In simple terms, ethics is about knowing the difference between right and wrong and acting in a way that is good and fair. According to Webster Dictionary, to be ethical is to follow accepted professional practices. For example, as a student, being ethical means doing your own work and not copying someone else's answers during an exam. Even if no one catches you, choosing honesty shows integrity. Now, this is very important in research as well. As defined, Research ethics are guidelines for the responsible conduct of research, which educates and monitors researchers to ensure high standard. It promotes the aim of research, such as expanding knowledge, and supports the values required for collaborative work, such as mutual respect and fairness. It means that ethics in research is not just a rule, it is the foundation for producing reliable knowledge. So I have here 5 main reasons why ethics is very important in research. Ethics promotes the aims of research. Have you ever wondered what would happen if researchers could just make up data or change results to suit their needs? Ethics is important because it stops this from happening. It guides researchers to discover real knowledge and understand the truth. By following ethical rules, researchers avoid mistakes like fabricating or misrepresenting information. Isn't it better to have research we can actually trust? Ethics ensures the studies give accurate, useful results that others can build upon, so keeping the main goal of research, learning the truth, on track. Imagine a student studying how classmates study for exams. If they fabricate answers or change what participants said, the results won't reflect reality. By being ethical and reporting the real answers, the research gives accurate, useful insights others can trust and learn from. Ethics upholds values essential in teamwork. Have you ever been in a group where someone took credit for the work they didn't do? That can ruin teamwork, right? Ethics is important in research because it helps people work together fairly and respectfully. When everyone follows ethical principles, team members trust each other, respect each other's contributions, and share responsibilities properly. Doesn't it feel better when everyone in a team plays fair? Ethical teamwork makes research smoother, stronger, and more effective. For example, suppose a team of students is conducting interviews for a school project. Ethical behavior means each member helps with data collection, shares ideas during analysis, and gives proper credit when presenting findings. Ethics ensures researchers can be held accountable to the public. What if researchers could do whatever they wanted without consequences? Would you trust their work? Ethics is important because it makes sure researchers are responsible for their actions. If someone breaks the rules, like falsifying data or misusing information, ethical standards hold them accountable. Now, this protects the public and builds confidence in the research. After all, shouldn't the public be able to trust that research is done honestly and responsibly? Ethics build public support for research. Would people participate in a study if they didn't trust the researcher? Probably not. When people know that a study is conducted ethically, they are more willing to support it by participating, funding it, or sharing accurate results. Isn't it amazing how trust can make people more interested and involved in research? While ethical research encourages the public to support, which is vital for its success. Ethics promotes moral and social values. How would you feel if research harmed participants or the community? Ethics is important because it protects people and promotes moral and social values, so following ethical principles helps researchers avoid harm, respect human rights, care for animals, follow laws, and support public health and safety. Don't we all want research that helps society rather than causes problems? By acting ethically, researchers can make sure their work is responsible, fair, and of course, socially valuable. From what we discussed, it's clear that research ethics is essential. It ensures that research stays honest and accurate, helps teams work fairly and respectfully, holds researchers accountable, builds trust and support from the public, and promotes moral and social responsibility. Now that we understand why ethics is so important, let's move on to the actual ethical principles that guide researchers in doing their work responsibly and correctly. Listen well, because when you conduct your own study, these principles will guide you on the do's and don'ts of research. Ethical codes and policies for research. According to Cristobal and Cristobal 2017, researchers must follow certain ethical codes and policies to ensure their study is conducted honestly, safely, and responsibly. Now, these are guidelines help protect participants, maintain fairness, and ensure the research results are trustworthy and useful. Honesty. Have you ever been tempted to change your answers to make your work look better? Well, honesty means reporting your research data exactly as it is, without changing or exaggerating anything. So, for example, if you surveyed classmates about study habits, don't alter the responses to fit what you expect. Report the answers truthfully so your study can be trusted. Objectivity. How can you trust a study if the researcher only shows what they want others to see? So, objectivity means avoiding personal bias. Your beliefs, opinions, or motives shouldn't influence your study. So, if you prefer online learning, you shouldn't only highlight positive comments about it. Present all feedback fairly. Integrity. Would people trust you if you didn't keep your promises? Integrity is about being consistent and sincere in your actions and decisions throughout the research process. So if you promise to share your research findings with your participants, make sure you do it. Keeping agreements builds credibility. Care. Can research be reliable if you ignore small details? So care means checking all parts of your study carefully, keeping accurate records, and not neglecting any step from all of the steps that we've discussed in our previous lesson. So if you're collecting survey forms, make sure every answer is recorded correctly and safely stored. Openness. How can research improve if you refuse suggestions or feedback? So openness is being willing to accept new ideas, criticisms, and sharing your findings with others. If a classmate gives suggestions or your group members give suggestions on your interview questions, consider them to improve your study. Respect for intellectual property. Would you feel okay if someone took credit for your work? Always give credit to original authors and sources. Never plagiarize. For example, if you include a theory from a source on the internet, cite the author properly to show respect for their ideas.
Plagiarism refers to the act of illegally using another person's ideas, works, processes, and results. Thus, it constitutes claiming an intellectual property as one's own that can be penalized through the Republic Act of 8293, known as the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines.
Confidentiality. Would you want your personal answers shared without permission? Confidentiality protects the information participants share in your study. If a classmate tells you their study struggles during an interview, don't share it with others. Responsible publication. How useful is research if it's misleading or incomplete? So responsible publication means reporting your results honestly, clearly, and accurately. Don't leave out data just because it doesn't support your hypothesis, and you must always present the full picture.
We also have others. Responsible mentoring, which means that the researcher should teach responsible conduct of research and share professional knowledge and skills, especially to new or less experienced researchers. Number 10. Respect for colleagues. The researcher should show courtesy to his or her colleagues by treating them equally and fairly. Social responsibility. The researcher should promote social good by working for the best interests and benefits of the environment and society as a whole. Non-discrimination. The researcher should not discriminate based on sex, race, ethnicity, or any factor relating to scientific competence and integrity. Thus, research should be open to all people or entities who will participate in research. Competence. The researcher should possess necessary knowledge and skills in conducting a study. He or she should be equipped with sense of professionalism and expertise to ensure competent results. Legality. The researcher should know and abide by relevant laws, institutional and government policies concerning the legal conduct of research. Human subject protection. The researcher should protect human lives by preventing and minimizing harms and risks. He or she should always uphold the human dignity, privacy, and autonomy of human subjects to be used in the study.
Now that we've gone through the ethical codes and policies researchers should follow, it's important to remember that research is a two-way responsibility. Just as researchers have duties to act honestly, fairly, and responsibly, the people participating in a study also have rights that must be respected. So that once you conduct your research, you will know how to treat participants properly and follow the correct procedures. Let's explore these rights of research participants based on established studies. Voluntary participation. So participants must be free to decide whether or not to take part in a study or a research. No one should be forced to join, and it is their right to say yes or no. Informed consent. Researchers must give participants clear information about the study, including procedures and risks, so they can agree voluntarily. Risk of harm. Participants must be protected from harm. Researchers must prevent, avoid, or minimize any risks, whether physical, psychological, social, or financial. So if you're observing children in a classroom, don't do anything that might embarrass them, put them in danger, or affect their grades. Confidentiality. Participants have a right to privacy, so researchers must protect all personal data and ensure it is only used with proper authorization. Anonymity. Anonymity. Participants can remain anonymous, so their identities are not revealed even to the researchers in some cases. So in a survey about sensitive topics, you must assign numbers instead of using names so participants' identities are protected. Clearly respecting the rights of research participants is just as crucial as following ethical guidelines. It guarantees that everyone involved is treated with respect, safety, and fairness, while also strengthening the credibility and reliability of the study. So by keeping these rights in mind, you will know how to conduct your research responsibly and ensure that your participants are protected at all times. We will now have a short test activity to see how well you grasp these concepts. So prepare a 1/4 yellow sheet of paper and a pen. You can pause this video while you can prepare. For test A, you're only going to write the capital letter of the correct answer. And for test B, you write true if the statement is correct and false if it is not.
Now that we've completed the test and reviewed the answers, let's think deeper about what we just learned. It's important to reflect on why ethics matter before we even start a research study. In this evaluation activity, you are going to identify the proper ethical actions that should be taken to correct the unethical practices listed. Think carefully about the research ethics principles we discussed and how they apply in each case. Copy the table onto a whole sheet of yellow paper and write your answers clearly. Remember to review your answers carefully. Once you finish, submit your paper in any file format possible via the Google Classroom link I provided. Some of your answers you can write shorter and clearer as long as the main points are understandable. That is all for today. See you next time.